the most miraculous of objects, a Gibson SG that stays in tune. I got this from my friend Richard from Too Many Cooks, and the song I'm going to play though is one of mine from not too long ago, a few years ago. Had a band called the Whiskey Jacks, and I sort of wrote it for that band just at the point where the band was breaking up, so I don't think we didn't really get to record it, but it is sort of written with the spirit of some pretty cool guys that I got to play with a few years ago. So everything here I'm doing is one take, so if I fuck up a chord or whatever, I mean, we'll all just live with it, right? We're just kind of having fun here. So anyway, this one's called Dragon in the Dark. It's like a sort of Montreal, gothic Montreal. It's the best way I can describe it. Traffic lights are burning, on the pavement in the rain. Neon signs reflecting cold fires on the window panes, and the city breathes like a dragon in the dark, and it lives in me. As I ride through its heart, bridges run like serpents, over rivers deep as time. I'm coiled up in a future never seems to unwind, and the city breathes like a dragon in the dark, and it lives in me. As I ride through its heart, rise like castles, over avenues Kings and queens lie sleeping, while jesters comb the night in the city breeze. Like a dragon in the dark, and it lives in me. As I ride through its heart, yeah, the city breeze. Like a dragon in the dark, and it lives in me. As I ride through its heart. Alright, this is the one point so far where I'm kind of cheating and doing a second take, because I kind of screwed this one up when I first tried it. And I don't mind the odd bad chord, but I want to get this song right, because it's by a songwriter that I admire a lot. And I don't know the words, so I'm just gonna get the old toolbox here and prop up the words, and then edit the video so it looks like I know all the words and I'm just looking pensively at the floor while I play my songs, but really I'm reading the words that I haven't been bothered to learn up to now. Anyway, this is by Scott Walker, who wasn't really named Scott Walker. He was named Scott something else. And he was in a band called the Walker Brothers in England. He was actually American. They went to England. They were kind of like the Bee Gees, you know. It's like the 60s version of the Bee Gees, not the Staying Alive Bee Gees. Record companies are like, you know, Bee Gees had a couple of hits. Find me somebody else who's like the Bee Gees. And they found the Walker Brothers. But Scott himself was a bit of an odd duck. Like, he had this kind of Jack Brel type fixation, you know, the sort of like troubadour, poet, songwriter vibe, and he's stuck in this like teen idol band, you know, having all these hits and so on. So he struck out on his own anyway, Scott Walker, and did a bunch of albums, and apparently they sold pretty good because he had been in the Walker Brothers, right? So like all the teenage girls would rush out and buy his albums. But he had this Jack Brel thing. I mean, it's like Bee Gees and Jack Brel. I mean, you know, like talk about a demon love child, right? Putting those two influences together somehow. But he wrote this song. Well, he wrote a lot of songs. This one's called 30th Century Man, which pops up on one of his solo albums. I think this is the third. It was like this series of solo. It was like Peter Gabriel, you know, there's like no names to the albums, just make a bunch of albums all called Scott Walker kind of thing. And this is on, I think it was the third of them. And it's called 30th Century Man. It's just a song I like for no reason in particular, just a good song. Dwarfs and see the giants. Which one would you choose to be? If you can't get back together, here's the answer, here's the key. You can freeze like a 30th century man, like a 30th century man. I'll save my bread and take it with me till 100 years or so. Shame you won't be there to see me shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle. Play it cool and saran wrap all you can. be a Settlers 30th century man. You can freeze like a 30th century man, like a 30th century man. That's actually where the song ends, but I messed up the second chorus. So we're gonna do another run here without turning off the camera again. In honor of the late great Scott Walker. I'll save my bread and take it with me till 100 years or so. Shame you won't be there to see me shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle. Play it cool and saran wrap all you can. Be a 30th century man. You can freeze like a 30th century man, like a 30th century man. Play it cool and saran wrap all you can. Words to live by in these troubled times. So that's by Scott Walker. All right, so this, I got to do a Townes Van Zandt song. I can't do sit down and strum on the guitar without doing Townes Van Zandt. This guitar is, it's got a big hole in it. It used to be electrified, and now it's just like acoustified twice over. Toured a lot with this guitar. I got this in 1990 or something like that, which is about the time when I started going on the road, kind of like playing outside of my hometown type of thing. I toured a little bit before that in the late 80s with a heavy metal band as a guitar player, so I guess I had done a little bit of road stuff, but kind of at the sense where time when I was more singing and writing songs. This guitar I got, it's a Takamine. It's like a Takamine copy of a Martin. You look at it from far enough away and you think it's a Martin, but it's a what is this? Mahogany, right? Like a Gibson, sort of like a Gibson Les Paul's made out of mahogany. You know, the main body of a Gibson, and this is the acoustic. It has nothing to do with a Gibson, but anyway, what the hell. I'm just babbling. So, Townes Van Zandt. It's called Rake from his album Delta Mama Blues. I used to wake and run with the moon. I lived like a rake and a young man. I covered my lovers with flowers and wounds. The laughter the devil would frighten. The sun, she would come and lead me back down. But every cruel day has its nightfall. Welcome the stars with wine and guitars full of fire and forgetful. My body was sharp and the dark air clean, and outraged my joyful companion. Whispering women, how sweet did it seem, kneeling for me to command them. Time was like water, but I was the sea. I'd never have noticed it passing, except for the turning of night into day, and the turning of day into cursing. Well, you look at me now and don't think I don't know what all your eyes are saying. Does he want us to believe these ravings and lies, that his tricks, that his brain's been playing? A lover of women he can hardly stand. He trembles, he's bent, and he's broken. I've fallen, it's true, but I say to you, hold your tongues until after I've spoken. I was taking my pride for the pleasures I'd known. I laughed and thought I'd be forgiven, but my laughter turned round, eyes blazing, and said, friend, we're holding a wedding. I buried my face, but it spoke once again. The night to the day were blinding, and now the dark air is like fire on my skin, and even the moonlight is blinding. Alright, I'm going to do a little medley of songs from my first album, CD, 1991, was called Mileage. And this is for people that were kind of not bugging me, but just saying when this isolation thing came down, said, oh, you should do some of your old songs, put on the video and do some of your own songs. So I appreciate that, and I guess I got still a few fans out there. I do still get, I have these records are still kind of out there in like cyberspace, and all these years later, and I get like every quarter a little royalty, like streaming royalty check, like $30 a quarter, kind of. What's like $30 in royalties? Like about 4 million downloads or something. I don't think I'm getting that many, but anyway, so I guess, like, for better or worse, you know, some of these songs are out there in their own little way, their own little obscure way out there in the world, and this is one of them, and it's got a little bit of radio play back in the day. And I'm going to do this like a medley, so I'll do this song, then I'm going to break into another. Had my ticket for the last train out of town, but I made it too late, so I had to wait around till the morning. Till the morning. Well, the station closed, so I had to go somewhere to hang out. I took a cab to a coffee shop in the sleeping heart of downtown, and it was snowing, so I went inside. And I saw so many empty faces looking blankly back at me. It's including us who they were children of the street. They were spending the loose change they'd found that day. Well, I sat down but I felt uneasy as I overheard a young girl talk a laugh on the street. She said, down on the waterfront's a place you can sleep, where the watchman cannot see when you might find some peace. Down on the waterfront's a place you can go. It's dirty but it's safe and warm. where the watchman cannot see you and you might find some peace. She said, down on the waterfront's a place you can go. It's dirty but it's safe and warm. I got this place on the south side of town. There used to be nothing but trees all around, but now that's changed. My backyard just ain't the same. I used to ride 10 miles to the city lines, down an old dirt road. It's now 6 lanes wide and paved with pain. My backyard just ain't the same. Ooh, used to have a crazy dream to raise a family in this place I'm in. Now it seems it's nowhere near the same, and I'm not sure it's still worth passing on. When all my days are finally done, I guess this place will be long gone, and it's a shame. My backyard just ain't the same. It seems insane. My backyard just ain't the same. No, no. Alright, that's My Backyard and Down on the Waterfront, slightly abbreviated. Wrote those when I was 20 years old or something like that. So thank you very much for those requests from my friends out there on social media. So this is another newer song that I'll do, and this was so I wrote a couple of songs like this when the whole kind of Me Too, Time's Up thing happened around 2017. I didn't feel 100%, you know, just as a man, you know, I didn't feel 100% comfortable commenting. It's like, how the hell do I know, you know, what women in the world deal with on a day-to-day basis? So I wrote a couple of these sort of songs and didn't do much with them. I think maybe I felt like it was a little too soon. It's like let women have their say, right? I don't need to be coming in saying, oh, here's what I think about what women go through, you know. It's not my place to do that. Just respect the voices that were out there and are still out there, of course, now, right? So, but anyway, a bit of time's gone by, and one thing that happens, I think, being in a crisis like we're in now, this kind of like mortal crisis, is you sort of get to this stage. I don't know if you're like this, but I sort of feel this stage of like, it's like I don't care anymore. I don't mean I don't care. Like, I care about my family, I care about my health, I care about people, I care about society, but it's like if I got something to say, as long as it's not hurting anybody else or whatever, as long as it's not like outright offensive or whatever, I'm going to say it, you know. So if I got a song, I wrote a song, I'm going to play the song, and it can stand on its own for whatever it is or whatever it isn't. So I'll do this one, and I've been going for a while here, so I think this will be the last. Everything here, I don't know what I'm doing with this, like individual songs, or if I've made a video out of this or whatever. Anyway, thank you for watching, and everything here is pretty much first take, you know, it's just kind of as you get it, and there you go. So this song is called Freedom's Never Easy. Dragged herself to the car and drove herself away from the jealousy, the alcohol, and the scars, and fighting temptation to go back to the lingering curse of love. She hit the highway in the dark. And it's the biggest thing she's ever done, to steal away the power and move on. 'Cause when the enemy's at home, there's another in your soul. Freedom's never easy, Lord, she knows. Freedom's never easy, Lord, she knows. She pulled into a motel in some random town, counted out the quarters, nickels, and dimes, and fighting temptation to go back, 'cause guilt still feeds her like a drug. She asked the desk clerk for a job, and it's the biggest thing she's ever done, steal away the power and move on. 'Cause when the enemy's at home, there's another in your soul. Freedom's never easy, Lord, she knows. Freedom's never easy, Lord, she knows. Temptation's gonna flow and flow and flow and flow. Temptation's gonna flow and flow and flow and flow. Freedom's never easy. No, freedom's never easy. Freedom's never easy, Lord, she knows. That's it. Thank you, everybody, very much. Take care. Stay safe.